Uncle Frank.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing today, man? I know it's
What's
been a
up,
while.
bro?
I know it's been a while, man, since we got together, man. This topic right here, man. Woo. Well, they're gonna be one of them juicy ones today, fellas. I'm talking about y'all better go get y'all something special to sip on because we're gonna hit this thing hard and fast. We giving y'all some real stories, some real situations outside in the real world, and we're gonna tackle a situation, man, a topic that's real touchy. We're gonna try to see what we can do about child support. How much is enough? So, gentlemen, that's how we're gonna do, man. I got some Bob Marley I made. It ain't the same color as Bob Marley, but everything in the kitchen sink, up under the kitchen sink, is mixed in this game. I'm Uncle Frank, man, and we're gonna have a ball. Take off, Jermaine. Talk to
Hey,
the
what's
people.
going on? If I would have known that topic, I would have got something a little bit strong. But I'm still on that yin yang. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of energy drinking vodka, a upper and a downer. But I need something around her too, cause boy, y'all could get on something. Yeah. Woo, boy. Mm.
Take off, Triple OG.
What
Talk to
up,
the
fam?
people.
What up, fam? What up, fam? I don't know what I'm gonna drink today. Look, it's always gonna be that peach crown, but I don't know what I'm gonna mix with it. You know, I got to mix either that old school Mystic or that I don't know, cherry something. But we're gonna do something. Hope we have a good topic today. Um, all we know is say, hey, we love them baby mamas.
Hey, Uncle Lou, man, talk to the people. Uncle Lou, talk to them.
Hey man, how everybody doing, man? Hope everybody had a great weekend. Welcome. Glad everybody joining us again this week. It's your favorite uncle, Uncle Lou, and I'm gonna be sipping on some bullet tonight, man. Like I say, we gonna talk about child support. It's gonna take me back down memory lane. So I don't have a whole bunch of frustration built up in me because my kids they grown now. But I got some memories to talk about it and to speak on. So let's talk about
OG Vincent, man, talk to the people, man. Tell them what you got going
All
on,
right.
sir.
Yeah, we definitely gonna. It's gonna be a good topic here. I think we're gonna get a lot of different opinions. This thing gonna be all over the place. Gonna be real interesting. But I
it.
had to I mixed me up a little coconut rum and some pineapple juice, and I started a little bit before we got on here so I could get myself right for this conversation. Cause
Hey, man.
this thing here gonna be something juicy.
Ooh, yes, it is. Okay, Mr. P, the man with the plan. Let's talk about it.
Hey, y'all know who it is, Mr. P. Officially in the school system. I consider myself an educator now. Mr. P had his first uh, day in the classroom with the
Hey, man,
youngins. So
congratulations.
shout out to
Congratulations.
the youngins. Shout out to the youngins, whoever is out there.
Hey, Super D.
Uh, hey, in honor of my first day, I got some tequila. The kids didn't drive me crazy, so shout out to those respectful students who I had today. You know, it was one up in there who I know who a little slick with it, Frank. I'll tell you about it later. It's always one.
It's gonna
So
always be one.
it kind of reminded me. I kind of reminisced a little bit. I'm like, dang, who was that one person in our class? You always had one in the class who just came to hold energy, the class clown. So I think we got a couple of them on here.
Me.
I know J Main was one. I don't know if OG Tory was one.
Hey, hey,
Frank,
hey,
you
hey,
might have been
hey,
Uncle
Mr.
Frank.
P.
Yeah.
Mr. P, look up in the camera. Your left eye look like you got a little shine around that thing.
Hey, nah,
Dang,
They
dog.
didn't catch you,
Hey,
did
they ain't want to
dang.
try me. They weren't trying to try me. Look, hey, I'm gonna tell you this. What I told them. This is what I told them when I first walked in. I'm like, look, I'm not a teacher. I'm a businessman. And today y'all are my business. So let's act accordingly. I was like, so don't get it
I'm about to
twisted
handle
now.
it. So I'm
I'm
all
not a
about handling
teacher.
my business.
Yeah. I'm out here in my today y'all are my business. So let's act accordingly. All right. And I told them, respect is given, but trust is earned. So
Yes,
they
sir.
did pretty good. Hey, mind you, it wasn't but 7 of them, but hey, I'll take it any way I can get it, brother.
Hey man, you gotta start
I
somewhere.
ain't
You
mad
gotta
at you.
start
That's
Yeah.
what's
somewhere.
up. That's what's up.
Hey
Respect.
man. So gentlemen, man,
Woo.
we're gonna jump on this thing hot and heavy. I'm gonna throw because we had a discussion off air. Me and Tori and Vincent, Apollos was in there too for a second, and we was talking about the Ant-Man issue, and that's what made us spark this debate on child support. How much is too much? And just going over things and saying things, talking to Mr. P, man, I didn't realize that these people were paying this type of money. And we talked about Kanye and Kim K, and she's a certified billionaire. She don't need the money, and this man paying her $200,000 a month in child support. Like, what kind of kid do you have that need 200,000 a month? And I know everybody has went through their situations, either good or bad, or a little bit, or not at all. But uh, we gotta continue to create a safe space for us men to talk about this. And we're gonna start out and work the room. Normally, I want to try to do things a little differently. I want Mr. P to go first, then Vincent, then Uncle Lou, then Triple OG, and then J Main. We're gonna let you talk at the end and bring everything full circle, and then we're gonna have just an open forum. So, Mr. P, I know we talked, and your stat said to raise a child from 0 to 18 was roughly 300,000 to what, 370, 60,
Yeah,
somewhere in
so
there.
310,000 to 389,000. Raising a child from 0 to 18. That's how much they estimated that it cost. And so my whole premise and my whole point behind that conversation is if it's about the child, and we know it costs roughly about $380,000 to raise a child, then that should be the amount set across the board despite income. So for me, and knock on wood, I've never had to pay child support. But to me, if it's about the child, then that should be the standard. And regardless of how much the father or the other parent makes, that should be the amount split out over 18 years.
So
That
that's the max.
that should be the
Regard,
max. That should be the
regardless of
max.
your income. Okay.
Regardless of income, I feel like child support is a penalty against the father for not maintaining a relationship with the mother, because you can't take child support and be in a relationship or in the same household as the other parents.
Okay.
That's just my take on it.
OG Vincent, tell me something, man. Do you echo that emotion that Mr. P just said out there?
Yeah, I tend to agree with what what Paulos is saying. I do understand, like, if in a long term relationship you with your spouse, significant other, whatever you want to call it, and then y'all have a child at some point, that lifestyle comes into play, and I get that. But I think some of these cases of like $200,000 a month, $1 million a month. I mean, some of this stuff is like ridiculous, um, unbelievable. And it's like, is this actually for child support? And when you look at it, I tend to agree with Paulos. It seems like it's to penalize the uh the father for not being in his relationship.
Well, sometimes mothers pay child support too. It's a rare
Yeah,
occasion,
yeah,
but on
yeah.
occasion, they have to they get penalized too. Uh, Uncle Lou, man, come on in, jump in there, man. Feet first. Tell me something.
Well, I was one father that had to pay child support for three children from my previous marriage. Uh, you know, it really took me for a loop that um, the word, I don't know if they even use this term now, but back then it was called child abandonment. Okay. They use that word child abandonment when you and your mate, the mother of your children, y'all split up. It could be a nasty breakup. That on that Friday on Monday morning, she can go down to the child support office, fill out paperwork, and say, "Yeah, my kid's father, he's no longer in my kid's life, and I want to file for child support." Now, I don't know all the questions that they asked, but apparently there's a question that they ask, is the father in their life? Is the father taking care of the kids? And all the mother has to say is no. And from that answer, paperwork is submitted. And it used to be, I think way back in the days, the paperwork used to come directly to your house, but like now it goes straight to your job. You know what I'm saying? It goes straight to your job. Then all of a sudden it come payday Friday, and you think you got what XYZ, direct deposited in your account, and it's not. So, it's unfortunate. The lifestyle thing, man, I understand that there are some children that are going to private school. Private school costs, I get it. But the money I was making, I'm sorry, the money that I was paying out, it was paying her rent, to be honest with you. So basically, I paid her rent, and whatever else she had going on, it was extra money. Now, again, my children, they grown now, so I don't have a lot of animosity. I don't let that go. So I'm not going to get on here and dog her out or anything like that. It's the past. But I will say it took years off my life. And what I mean by that is because I had to work 2 jobs. I didn't have no choice, unless I wanted to live it in the slums. If I wanted just to ride motor every day, I had to work 2 jobs in order to survive. And that's unfortunate for the father that he, just because the relationship didn't work out, now the father's being penalized for that relationship. Allow the father to take care of his children. I was never a deadbeat. I don't consider, I love my children. I do anything for my children, and just like all you guys. So I didn't get that opportunity. I didn't get that chance just to take care of my children. It was an automatic child support, boom. And there were times like with my son, he was the oldest. And once he reached a certain age, I was like, hey, let him just come stay with me. Because again, I'm trying to raise my son to be a man. But with him coming with me meant taking some of that child support away. And it didn't want to happen. She didn't want that money to come up short. So that's my first little spiel, and I'll circle back around after everybody else speak.
Yeah, I want to circle back too because I got a little different spin to add to that.
Yeah, Frank, we can't hear you. You might be. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Now we can hear.
Okay. So what I was saying was, Uncle Louis, it seemed like you agree with what Paulo said. It was a direct attack on the father. So, Tori, Triple OG, tell me what you think about this.
Well, I'm for child support, and I'm for child support. I'm kind of 50-50 with it.
Hold on, you said the same thing. So you for and
I'm
you
for
against. So you said
I'm against it and I'm for it to
okay, because you said you for it and you for it. Okay.
Yeah, in the same.
It been drinking.
Yeah, he been drinking. And that means you want to double up. You want to pay for it twice.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, you gotta numb yourself up to talk through this one.
Right. Exactly.
Right. You're right. Yeah, I ain't putting no juice in it. But anyway, so I'm definitely for it and against it. on one hand, like Lewis was said, I'm one of the ones I had to pay child support too. On the one hand, I'm a I don't see where you have to go with the government, or we're gonna say the white man had to tell me how to raise my child. You get what I'm coming from? Um,
Mm-hmm.
how can you put a dollar figure on that? Because every child has different needs. You get what I'm coming from?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Taking care of a little girl is totally different from taking care of a little boy. And I would say them expenses are totally different. And I don't even have a daughter, but I can just from knowing like friends like y'all who have daughters, the little different things you got to do extra for little girls, like get their hair done, the little pageants. Don't get me wrong, sons can be just as
Mm-hmm.
much too with the football and and all of the little league rec thing, but I guess I'm and then at the same time too, coming from a single family where my mom didn't get anything nothing from my dad, so I saw my mom. Even though my mom say times were hard and we struggled, I never saw it as a kid because for us I can remember it was always food on the table. I always had clothes on my back. When the holidays came about, my mom provided, like birthdays, I got toys, I got Christmas, I got toys. I never went hungry. And if we did, nowadays she tell me stuff like, oh, son, it was time our lights was out. You didn't even know we had to go stay. I just thought we were just leaving home. So
Right.
I didn't see the struggles, and she did. And I kudos to her being a single mom. She took care of us. True enough, my dad didn't do anything. To this day, I probably can't tell you how much my dad even gave me. I think he gave me $1 one time. And in the same breath, when he gave me $1, he asked for $5 back. So I can't. I'm for it. Yes, I do know some dads out there that should be paying child support because there's a lot of guys that are reluctant and not taking care of the kids. You know, so coming from a single mama, I can see where child support come in where it is needed. Um, you should, in my case, you should want to take care of your child. You shouldn't have to have the laws coming in and say, hey, you need to pay this. But then at the same time, when we started that conversation from the beginning, we're talking about Ant-Man, I was saying, hey, he did do something different because I'm thinking like, okay, the court told me he had to pay X amount, so he said, hey, I'm gonna just pay it up front. Um, could that be a smart thing, or could it be a bad thing? By him saying that, hey, he want to pay up front, saying he don't want to do nothing, have nothing to do with the girl or the kid. I just can't see in no kind of fashion that you'll see your livelihood, something from your generation, that you would like want to just turn your back and get it, regardless to what she did to get that child. It's still a part of you. It's your DNA. No matter how much you turn around and turn your back. So, with that being said, and I'm not gonna talk all day. I'm gonna turn it on over to OG Jermaine.
Okay, J Man. You need to take a drink first.
Yeah, he need to take a drink.
I see you need to take a drink first.
Hey, we might all need to grab a drink. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, let me get mine in because this man might get ugly. Let me go and be prepared.
Put that caption up there.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on, brother. Let me get it. Let me
Uh-oh.
get this captain up here, brother. There we go. There we go.
Read it, Paulo. Read it, read it,
Okay, the
read it.
thoughts of the panel are not necessarily thoughts of the unks and OGs worldwide. Again, the thoughts of the panel are not necessarily the thoughts of the unks and OGs worldwide. There you go,
Okay,
brother.
J Man. Then you got the floor.
This is a lot of steps and stuff. I'm gonna try to be um one and a possible. Just keep that in mind, one and a possible. Now if I agree with Paulos and a lot and Tory, you know, but when you a hard working man, just average Joe, you know what I'm saying? And you working hard, and that was back then when they were handing out checks, before the automatic, and stuff like that. I'm goes in there get my check. Uh, something wrong with this picture. And mind you, that week, I was doing a little overtime anyway and stuff. Well, I did it every week, you know what I'm saying? But why is my check a couple of $100 short of what it's supposed to be? Now, I'm up there arguing with the HR. I goes back to my boss. My boss looked at one thing. And he said, Jermaine, look at this. And they had in bold letters, capital letters, child support enforcement payment. I was on child support and I ain't even know it. I love my son.
Right.
I'm talking about my oldest son. Cause he'll be 31 on the 16th of this month. Me and the mothers, me and my son's her mother got into it. Me and her got into it over something stupid. We got into a little argument, a little heated argument. And my girl at the time, you know what I'm saying, my baby mama, whatever you want to call it, she was staying with her. And when I left, she told her, if you don't put Jermaine up on child support, you and your kid can get the hell up out of my house. How come she ain't tell me this? I do not know. I'm sitting up there. I was on my mother's house at the time. You know, when you got an apartment, you go to your mama's house to eat and stuff. You know,
Mm-mm.
I was over there eating, and two dudes knocked on the door. That was the only address that the girl had on me. You know what I'm saying? My baby mama had them and stuff. So they were sending child support to my mother house. My mom thought it was junk mail or something. They were throwing it away, you know, or whatever. And they sent the police, the detectives, to my house, and I didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? They put out a bench warrant for me and stuff. And it just so happened, I mean, they was in black and white suits and stuff. And my brother opened up the door and they asked for me. You know where Mr. Holly at? And Jermaine Holly, he's like, yeah, there he is right there. And I'm looking at these guys, and I don't know 'em. I'm a Mason. My brother thought that it was two of my large brothers. I said, with guns on that side and a detective bag, you know, I couldn't do nothing, couldn't run or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And but me and him talked it out. He said, long story short, he believed. They didn't take me in, but they just said, you know, um, we're gonna serve you this warrant, but we're not gonna take you in. We're just gonna say, you know, we believe you, and you got to show up at court and stuff like that. I went. They gave me one of these counselors or stuff before I went to court. I ain't even had to go to court. As a matter of fact, they sent me to a counselor, whatever, over my case, and that man didn't even. He had his back turned to me. That's the, he had his back turned to me, and when he turned back around, he said, "You owe this amount," and I couldn't dispute it or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He said, "When you gonna start making payments and all this?" And I was like, "How much is it?" I was $33,816 in the hole for my
Yeah.
son.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You say $33,000 in the hole. Good
Eight
God,
hundred sixteen.
how much were they requesting you to pay a week, a month? They must request you to pay about an hour.
Hey, look here, Pimp. They go all the way back to day one when they first come out the womb and
Yeah,
stuff like
from the
Wow.
that.
birth of the child.
Right. So they
When
first of
Hey,
all they
what?
treat you right. Yeah, they treat you like you're a deadbeat automatically, and they're
Mm-hmm.
calculating from birth until the age of the child, not like you weren't with the
Yep.
child's mother the whole time. That's crazy.
and Paulo, since
Mm-hmm.
he my cousin, Paulo know I love my son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't have to want for nothing. Only thing, it was a long distance relationship. He stayed in another county in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? A couple of hours away, and that's about it. But school, clothes, from diaper to whatever.
Anything
Only
she asked
thing that
for, you
wasn't
gave
there,
it to her. Yeah. Anything she
yeah,
asked for, you
giving
gave
her
it to her.
stuff. Hell, I was giving her stuff before she even had my son. And she didn't tell me. So when I called her and I was like, hey, what's going on? She was like, I meant to tell you, but mama said that if I didn't put them up on child support, I had to get out. I ain't have nowhere to go. I said, I could have gave you a place because my job back then was good. Trust me, it was good. And I wound up paying and he said, well, I tell you what, you gonna either go to this program or you might have to go to jail. And I went Center Hill, you know, and stuff like that. I went to this program. Two counselors came and were talking about the fatherhood program.
Mm-hmm.
And in that room, it was about, let's just say 30 people, around 30 people in there. And this man and lady came and talking about this fatherhood program. They was like, we can get the non-custodial father and all that. Like what they saying, they treat you like a criminal, like you're a deadbeat and all that. They don't want to hear the story. You know what I'm saying? You already in the system, and they was
It's
like,
amazing.
either
It's
we'll send you to a technical school and stuff, and you can learn a trade so you can get a job and pay for your kids that you're not taking care of. I'm taking care of my kids. I didn't even know I was doing it. They ain't want to hear that shit. I'm part of my friend.
it's
They ain't want to
see
hear that.
that's one of the things that I want to get the guys together, man. We create a safe space so that we can talk about these things because I know how it's set up now. They'll take your driver's license.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like if
Mhm.
you drive a truck for a living, they gonna take your license now. How are you supposed to be able to take care of the child if even if they put you in jail? And I'm not saying
Mhm.
every situation is the same, but it seems like the best people get treated the worst, and the worst people don't even have to deal with child support ever. So Vincent, I know you say you want to circle back around, man. Dive in there, man. Dive in there.
All right, my situation was a little bit different, and I'm not gonna get into particulars because it was an ugly situation. But was married. Um, ex-wife had we had two kids together. Um, and in the divorce, I wound up with sole custody of my two kids. Child support was ordered within the decree that the mother was supposed to pay because I wound up with sole custody. Um, I opted out. The state told me I could not do that because it's a state issue. So I had to sign an affidavit, fill out paperwork. Like, look, I'm not looking for nothing from you because I knew she was trying to get a life. Let's just leave it there. And I was gonna give her the opportunity to do that because these are these kids' mother. I'm not gonna attack her in that way. Even though our particular situation is was ugly, that had nothing to do with the kids' relationship with their mother. Um, so I wound up being the parent with two kids, working two jobs. My mother helped me out a lot. So when they went in school, my mom, I pick them up in that type of situation. So I can understand sometimes and empathize with women who when they not getting that support. But as a man, uh, call it chauvinistic or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what you want to call it, but I just took ownership of my responsibility for my children and did what I had to do. And was going to allow her the opportunity to like get yourself together, do whatever you got to do so you can be what you need for your children, whatever that is to you. But just leave me alone.
Mhm.
So, my situation was a little bit different.
So let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this. Do you think child support is needed in every situation? Or every situation merits something different?
I don't think um, you're obligated to take care of your children. I'll say that. Regardless of the other person's financial status, or you're obligated to be there because you help bring this person into the world. Like you're
Oh,
responsible. You have some
but
ownership and accountability for that child.
I need you to bag up because I think you said that wrong. That's why I
Yeah, he
told
said. Yeah, I
that's
think
why I
his story.
told
Yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been interpreted that
that's
you said
Yeah.
you're not
I'm about to say,
obligated, but
woo. Yeah, he called himself.
no, I think you saying that
that,
you're
that,
obligated. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, he called
Yeah,
you
himself.
well, I say
said
you're
you said
obligated to take care of your
no,
children.
you said you're not obligated.
No, I said you're obligated.
yeah,
No, the
Uh,
first
yeah.
time he said you
Yeah, the
not
Yeah, it
one
came
he
out
obligated.
as
said
something
not
uh,
like it could
obligated.
go.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I apologize. I'm saying you're
yeah.
obligated. Yes,
No,
you're
you
yeah.
drink it.
obligated.
No, that drink I'm getting to you now.
You might be right, but you're obligated to take care of your children.
We
I
all
feel like every parent is. Now whether child support is needed, it depends on the dynamics of the relationship and if
Right.
the person is a deadbeat, so to speak. Like you don't want to do nothing. You're not going to be there. You're not going to help support. You're not. You and the person always has to fight for that.
Mhm. Frank, Frank,
My
can I respond
situation,
to
I
that
just
after?
didn't want to fight for that.
Yeah, let me
I was
respond
going.
to that after that.
Look. I
Listen,
knew what I was getting into. I knew my obligations, and hey, when it panned out, hey, I'm just gonna take ownership and accountability. I'm gonna handle my kids. Go about your business. Do whatever whatever it is you want to do. But
Okay,
that's
Mr.
me,
P. All right, Mr. P, jump in there, man. Pick it
And
back.
let me preface this by saying, and I think we all agree to this, that we agree that as men, and I'm talking from a man's perspective, that it is your job to take care of your children. And you speak on the women's side. So like Vincent said, you're obligated to take care of your child to the best of your ability. Let me add that to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
The problem that I have sometimes, and the part that I don't understand is, and why I say it's a penalty against the fathers, that's usually the father, is because when there's a situation where financially the other parent doesn't need it. Now, in Vince's situation, he probably could have used that extra money, but his kids didn't go without. So technically, could it help him out? It could have made his life a little easier. Absolutely. But did he need that? Not necessarily, because he made it happen. So he took the other role of not trying to penalize the mother for the failed relationship. So that's the issue that I have, or that I don't understand. That to me, that it's not justified. As if you both are making a substantial income, just say for instance, we talked about the Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire. She's a billionaire. So while Kanye makes a lot of money, and that $200,000 a month, she doesn't need that. The kids don't need that. Their lifestyle will not be impacted one way or the other. And if you bring it down to a regular person level, in some situations, the child support order is not enough to significantly affect the child's life, and it's not needed. So I'm coming from a different perspective where um, my oldest daughter, she was 10 months when I met my wife, and we weren't chasing no child support. We weren't chasing no money. Anything happened, if we got anything, we got something. It did not affect the household. It didn't affect what the child was able to do. So if we were to do that or to enforce that, or my wife would try to enforce that, it would be only to be a penalty because it wasn't needed. You know what I mean? So
So,
go ahead.
so no, I didn't mean to cut you off, but so
Yeah.
you saying that he shouldn't have been responsible for nothing?
I'm saying we don't need the state to put a penalty on him because we did not need the money. But again, because to take somebody's license, or to make it mandated that if you don't pay this certain amount each month, then you're this or that. You can make up for it in other ways, with time, with effort, and other things that you can do. So I'm saying that to say that my none of my children or my oldest child did not go without because her biological father, didn't not pay child support. You see what I'm saying? It didn't affect their life. In certain situations, yes, there may be where people need it to keep their head above water, but in situations where it's not needed and it's trying to be a penalty um, for the other parent because you want to inflict some type of discomfort or pain on them, those situations that I can't get on board with, because again, most of us agree we're going to take care of our child. Just because you want me to you want the state to dictate how I do it, when I do it, the way you want them to do it, I don't think that's right. I think
But
that
but
does a disservice to the child.
for me, I'm pro child support. Um, my mom and my dad got divorced, and it was as though because she didn't want to continue to deal with his bullshit, he wanted her to suffer
Mm-hmm.
because she had these kids to take care of in the inner city. And so that was extremely hard on her. So they put him on child support. And he is an excellent guy now, but then not so much because we suffered for that. And then as I got older, like Jay May said, his rears were amazing. So they went to his job and put his ass in jail. And I think I was maybe 16, 17, 16, 17 years old. And my dad had to come up with $10,000 to get out of jail. And me and my brother had to come up with $10,000 to get this cocksucker out of jail He owed us $40,000 fucking dollars. And then
Yeah,
when we gave the court system the money, out of that 10 grand, them people gave my mama $2,500, man. $2,500 out to 10. So the system it's a messed up system, but I'm pro because you got certain guys out here, man, that just ain't gonna take care of their children. Everybody ain't the same, but man, that man,
Can I ask you this question, though, Frank?
Can I ask Frank
Oh,
a question too, real quick?
go ahead.
yes, sir.
Go ahead,
So,
sir.
what you saying there, Frank? You saying your dad wasn't there, and then
No,
also
that motherfucker, he was there.
remember, I get what you're saying. So you were saying he didn't pay the child support, he wasn't there. Did you have any kind of animosity toward him that he left your mama hanging like that?
No. Because Dot
See,
didn't tell us. She
well,
didn't tell us.
but I got
We
it.
didn't know.
But I got it. But once you got old enough, and you look at you old and look at it, but basically you can say, "Hey, my dad left my mom out there hanging." So where your loyalty lies?
Well, see, Tori, this gonna be another segment that we're gonna have to have because
Yeah.
I got some real life daddy issues, bro. Not at all. And I'm talking about
Yeah.
I'm a
Let me jump in on this. I
grown.
admit.
No. I'm not
Right,
saying put you. I'm just asking just a simple question because me, I'll be honest with you. When I got older, I had issues with my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
Because
yeah, I get it.
I
You
had
know what I'm
issues
saying?
with, you can say I had dad issues. Because my point is, when I got older, I knew what my mom did. Even though I told her it was shadowed and he wasn't there for my mom, there's nothing he can really tell me what he should have did and what he could have did. Because he basically left my mama hanging. So it was almost like fuck me.
Yeah, I
Tori,
get
Tori. Let me say something.
Right, go
We
ahead.
all, if you got a child that's outside of your wife or something like that, then you're gonna have to answer to that one question that I had to do. Daddy, what happened? Why you and mama couldn't stay together or something like that? I
you.
went through that and he understood because I kept my son every chance I can get and stuff and all of that. And even with the child support, and I had to go through these programs and all that stuff, fatherhood program and all that, I still did. They were taking out child support, and I still was doing for my kids.
And I'm gonna
It's
tell
just
you,
the fact,
even from my aspect, you still gonna have that question. I had full sole custody of my kids, and I still got asked that question.
right?
Like, what happened?
Yeah,
And we,
the thing that I wanted to ask Frank and interject real quick was that if someone don't want to pay anybody, if someone wants to be a deadbeat, you can't stop that. You can't enforce it. The system does not enforce it. So for me, I see that the system does more damage than it does good because
It
there's
does. I think so.
unrealistic. Yeah, you set those expectations up for the other parent and also for the children, you get them involved in it because at some point they get involved in it because there's an expectation that your father is supposed to pay this certain amount of support. So I think it does more damage to the children and the other custodial parent than it does to help. That's just
Because in a
my
lot
take
of
from it.
situations, a lot of them, the system will cause problems where there is no problem
Yeah.
initially.
No,
Mm-hmm.
I
Like
mean,
you could have a parent, you could have the parents, um, or say the absent father. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
his father, for instance, still taking care of his children. He buying the clothes, he's showing up, he's doing this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And then something happens and the female or the mother gets vindictive, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And she decide, okay, I'm gonna put him on child support. I got something for his ass. And boom, there you go. Now she enters the system, and now you got a whole dynamic and problem. Now you cause separation between the two. When you could have had some better co-parenting, better communication, versus now you got these people involved, this system involved that didn't need to be there in the first place. And it's
Okay,
caused tension there that wasn't even there.
so Uncle Lou, in your situation, did that cause tension between you and your kids?
It did. Oh man. It did. My kids, as they got older, became teenagers, there were some questions directed at me. And the reason why it was directed at me because they moved around a lot, meaning that their mom wasn't able to maintain a home for them. So it was almost like every year, every other year, or whatever the case may be, they was moving from one apartment to another apartment or moving in with other relatives or this, that, and the third. So again, y'all heard me the first time I said the amount I was paying was enough to pay their rent. So I knew bare minimum the rent should have been paid. All right. And everything else coming from your inside of the income, you do whatever you need to do when it comes to power bill, food, clothes, shoes, all that good stuff. I get it. So yeah, there was some animosity um, with me towards me because they was like, well, how could you just let us do that? Why you didn't try to make things better between you and mama? And y'all come back together so that we don't have to struggle anymore. You know, and it's crazy that with my daughter that me and Tia have, she's the baby, and there have been times like they come over here or we go out for a family dinner or whatever. My middle daughter, she's the one that has my two grandbabies.
Mhm.
She used to be London. Okay, she used to be London. She was the baby, so she used to get spoiled left and right. But she didn't get spoiled the way London gets spoiled because see, London is staying with me. They didn't stay with me. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? So when me and her mom uh had a divorce, Moshe, she was probably about 10 months old, between 8 and 10 months. So she didn't get that opportunity to have that in-house love from me, from her daddy, and to be spoiled. So yeah, man, my kids, like my oldest daughter, we just probably a year or two ago, man, really got back to talking because she held that over my head, man, for for a long time. But she didn't understand that it ain't that easy, and it ain't that easy just to say, well, uh, Dad, you could have did more. It ain't a place. I've never been that tight to go to my children and dog their mother out with them. That ain't cool with me. You know what I'm saying? That's not what children should be hearing. From their parents about how bad she is or how bad he is. That ain't no place for them. And I hated it that they had to suffer like that and that they had to go through that because let me go a little bit further. When they came to stay with me, when they came spend the night with me, whether it's during the weekend or summer or whatever, I still had to come out my pocket and buy them extra stuff. I mean, how y'all see me dressed now? I don't come out the house looking raggedy. You know what I'm saying? I thank God that I'm able to, buy myself nice, presentable clothes, this, that, and the third. Dude, I'm not with that. How I like to look, I like my children to look. So I'm not finna take them to the park. I'm not finna take them to the movies, to the mall, to even to the grocery store, and they looking bummified. I don't play that. I
Mhm.
don't play that. So when they came over, I had to go and buy them outfits just so that we can go out as a family.
I
So
see
I'm
it.
paying child
Mhm.
support and I'm still, which again, I don't mind. I don't mind. I've never mind because us real fathers, we're gonna do what we got to do for our children so that our children can have a smile on their face. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yep.
So,
Making sure that
so
they
Jay,
happy.
so let me ask you this, Jay, man. Do you think your son had animosity towards you?
No, I talked to my son today. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had no animosity. He just had that. He just had that. He wanted to know what happened, and he even said it himself. He was like, "Mama, crazy." and stuff like that.
Okay, but this,
It's the system, man. It's the system.
but
That system.
I want
Ooh,
to go a little deeper with this. I want to go a little deeper because I'm asking you guys that, and maybe Vincent may have had a chance to talk about it with his father. I don't think Tori got a chance to talk, ever got a chance. And I don't know if Carlos got a chance to talk to his father about it. But for me, um, I think my dad had no idea that I didn't give a fuck if he was dead or living. I did not care because the stuff that I watched my mom go through to try to take care of us, and it was so hurtful for me because you got sons. That's why I'm pro child support because all men ain't the same. You got sons that you're not taking care of, but you taking care of somebody else's son. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying?
mm.
That's a
mm,
hurtful
mm.
goddamn
You make
feeling.
you put
Yeah,
And you don't know.
you just went somewhere, Frank. You just went
Well,
somewhere, bro.
hold
You
up.
just went somewhere,
I
dog.
told y'all this shit gonna be different now. I
You just
told you
went
this shit gonna
somewhere,
be
bro.
different. So you know, some of these motherfuckers need to pay like they weight, and I ain't lying because
Mm,
they don't understand the pain that a child goes through, or the pain that you see your mom crying. Because Torres said he didn't see it, and some of y'all might didn't see it, but I saw it because I was a mama's boy. So when my brother didn't be sleep, I would stay up all night long till my mama came in the house safe. And, you know, she'll go take a shower, go in her room, and close the door. And I would hear that lady crying, man. Like, boy, to hear your mama crying, you'll kill every
Yeah,
motherfucker on your street, man. I'm talking
yeah.
about, boy, that shit is a
Let me tell
pain,
you.
the worst pain
Let
in
me
the
tell you
world,
something I
man.
didn't realize. Something I didn't realize till I got older. My dad wasn't in my life. And we got the opportunity to have, I'd say, an open line of communication when I got to be about 27 years old. My dad got diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he was at stage 4, so he knew he was passing. In my opinion, I think he reached out to me to try to make a mean. We did get a line of communication, but it never was to the point of I could feel anything. So I didn't know this man. I wanted to know him. He met my two boys. They were young. They don't remember it. Um, but 3 years later, he was gone. I wound up taking him to a couple of his cancer treatments. Going to see him at he was staying in the senior living community over by the West End. But I remember, um, and me and my sister talk about it now. I didn't realize what was happening at the time, but like my mom would cook, and she wouldn't eat when we ate. We ate,
mm,
and then after we finished, my mom would eat. And I never understood why she did that. But she did that, making sure we got full and we got to eat. And she would eat what was left.
mm.
So as I got older, I understood, and that's when the animosity started to build up in me. And I could feel like my mom's pain. But my mom was military, so she was a little bit different. Like crying, this she just didn't do
Vince, let me ask you this
it.
question: Why did you take him to his cancer treatment? I mean, did you feel obligated to do any of that stuff?
I didn't feel obligated, but I wanted to know. I found myself, I always grieved for my dad. I always wanted him there. When I was little, I remember he would call and say we'll meet. Back then they had Kessler's, Woolworth, Walters, all that
Right.
downtown, right? He'd
Mm-hmm.
call and say, I'm gonna take him shopping. I want to take him shopping. My mom would take me down there, we get down to little 5 points, and I remember us standing there, he wouldn't show up. Stuff like that. And she would just be like, well, tell me something and we'll go. She never bashed. And I didn't understand that. She never talked bad about it. She let me develop my own opinion about it, my own relationship. Um, but after a while, it just didn't exist to me.
But
I
see,
didn't need it. And by the time I met him, I'm 27 years old. I done been married, divorced. I got 2 kids. I done, raising these boys all by myself. Like, dude, what we got to talk about? You can't be a daddy to me now.
But see,
So
But I wanted to give him that opportunity to find out, okay, who you are.
okay,
And I don't know what it was in me that allowed him, that access, but I did. And
take
I
out
can't say
triple
I
OG.
regret it.
Okay, OG, get in there.
no, what I'm saying, I can understand what Vincent was because when I got older, I tried to meet my dad too. Of course, all through my life, like Vincent said, my dad would always call, "Oh, I'm coming over there, son. I'm gonna get you this." And after so long, it was like, yeah. He even told me, "Yeah, I'm coming to your graduation. I'm coming to a grad." I purposely mailed him a thing for him to come to my graduation. He never did show up. So after I got grown over years, I'm like Vincent. You know, with my company, I had got to the point where I would get Braves tickets. So I would take my dad to the Braves game. You know, I took him to the Braves game, took him to the Falcons game. I even got Hawks tickets. I was trying to build that character because I was trying to know who he was. Because even though I knew my mom's side of the family, but I still didn't know my dad's side of the family. So I get where Vincent was. But to be honest with you, rest in peace to him. He wasn't nothing but a deadbeat. Because at the end of the day, what I understood, all he did was try to use me. Because when we went to the Braves game, now all he wanted, hey, you think you can get me another beer, son? Think you can get me another beer? We in the Braves game. You know I'm a cheap motherfucker, right? This motherfucker had 4 beers.
Working you, though. He working.
I'm like, God damn, folks.
He working you.
Mhm.
It did. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. I'm taking them back
Yeah, and
home.
see that
Huh?
he got 4 bills up at you, and you never come on, man. Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
You,
yeah,
you see what I'm
So
saying?
you,
You
bro.
know I'm cheapest motherfucker in the world.
yeah.
So even what really hurt me, but I didn't let him know. We came back from one game, and I remember coming back. He was like, "Hey, can you run about a package store right quick? I need some cigarettes." So I'm like, "All right." So then he goes in the cigarette. He goes in the package store, and he come out like, "Hey, son, after I bought him 4 bills now, he come back out. You think you can give me you think you can get me a pack of cigarettes?" I gave him a 20. Do you think I got that 20 back? I ain't get the change back. You get what I'm saying? And at that point,
Yeah,
I didn't even ask him for the change. I said, you know what? You really need that shit? Keep it. And from that point, that space was built. So then I went distant from him. I didn't mess with him no more until, which I kind of regret a little bit because after that, I really had space. I didn't really talk. He started calling, but to me, it was always he would call. It was always something he needed. When I say I'll go see him, he's like, "Hey, by the way, you think you can swing by the stove and grab me a pack of cigarettes?" And after that point, I just stopped. So finally, the last call I did get from him, they had told me he had a heart attack. So I remember going down to Grady, and he was laying in the hospital. He just laying. He had a heart attack. He was barely talking. And I promise y'all, for that week, I went down on a Monday. He was by himself. I mean, just literally, I'm just saying, just literally by that. We had a lot of conversation, but that whole time, the lady he was messing with at the time, even his sisters, they never came down to the hospital.
to the hospital.
Yeah, so I kind of felt bad for him, but I still had an anger built up for him. So, with
so
that being,
with that being said, triple OG, it seems like it's 6 of us on this panel. And in the beginning, a few of you guys said that child support is a pain or
Penalty.
discomfort.
Yeah.
It's a who? A
It
penalty
is a
to the
penalty.
dad.
Yeah.
But
Right.
out of this 6, 3 of us that we discuss it openly encountered some real life bullshit that them motherfuckers needed
Yeah,
to
but,
be in jail. They
but
needed to be on child support, the strictest amount that you could have
yeah.
because they just didn't give a fuck about us.
It
So
wouldn't
this
change nothing,
3,
Frank.
but
It
hold on,
wouldn't
okay,
change
but
nothing.
let me
It
tell you
wouldn't
something,
change
Frank.
nothing.
It would have changed. I'm gonna tell you. I understand Frank, and I understand more where he's coming from now versus what we talked about the other day. Because in Frank's mind, and probably in reality, it would have stopped some of those crying nights from his mom because she
What?
Yeah, I can
cried
see
because
Frank.
she
Yeah,
was
I can see
struggling.
Frank's situation.
You understand?
Absolutely, I agree with that. I
My
agree with that.
mom, my mom wouldn't have had those nights where she had to wait till we ate and see what was left to eat. You
Just for
understand?
her to eat,
So
yeah.
I get where he's coming from. But that put in me, and I think from the guys that we socialize with, we communicate with, it built in me, and that's why I wound up with so custody of my kids. I'm
Hmm.
family oriented. Y'all know me. I'm family based. It's all about family. So my kids would never, ever understand or would it feel like for me to be absent.
Mhm.
That was not an option. So
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
took that route.
And
And
you remember what we talked about last night? I'm sorry, Paulos, I don't mean to cut you off. I just
Go
want
ahead.
to say when we had this discussion last night, and I was telling y'all about the shit that I bought my son. I overly compensate for my
yeah,
son because my daddy didn't do shit for me. You get what I'm saying? That's 100. Do I think my son deserves all the shit that I do? Hell, fuck no. No. It's just that I used to want so much stuff, man, that I knew that this man could provide. This man he worked for Cleveland Electric. They built them transformers out there on the telephone pole. Without those transformers, you can't get light from house to house. It diverts it. This man was making $30 an hour in the 80s, man. And we were
Yeah.
fucking suffering. There ain't no way in the hell that this motherfucker shouldn't have been paying like he weighed. And now, the age that I am, you would think, because like now, me and my daddy got one of the best relationships in the world.
yeah,
But at any given moment, my mama will call me like, hey, you talk to your daddy. And I'd be like, for what? That should have just totally leave my mind the shit that I went through as a kid. And now that I'm grown, bro, that should have revisit me just like that. And I'd be ready to
yeah,
go the fuck off just like that. So 2 or 3 weeks ago by Benson, I won't even speak to the man. The man will call my fucking phone. I won't even answer the phone call. And we've been on had an excellent week together. But this shit up here, man, this shit up here, bro, this shit get instant stone up
yeah,
here. Boy, and you can go to any counselor you want to, Vincent, because me and you talked about that. You
yeah,
got to do the work. Them people really just sitting there in that chair listening. You
yeah,
got to do the work. And
Yeah,
the
let me ask
person
you.
that
Yeah.
has caused you this pain,
Hmm.
they got to be sitting there with you and
yeah,
willing to
Right.
agree with their bullshit.
Right.
But
But let me interject this real quick. It it wasn't. I'm speaking for myself too because my dad is still living, but he never paid child support, and I don't know how that would have impacted our lives one way or the
Well,
other.
damn, that four
For,
out of the six.
no, no. But
Shit.
let me say this. It wasn't the money. It was the present. It was the broken promises that impacted me. Like Tori said, don't make me a promise. Have me sitting my ass on the porch for 8 hours waiting for you to show up and you never show up. We didn't have to go buy a
yeah,
damn thing. If you told me you was gonna be there, then you're gonna be there. So that to me was more impactful than he could have came in. He could have dropped off shoes all he wanted to. I don't give a damn about that because eventually I got all that stuff. The material part of that, I got that. So for me, it was don't make those promises that you're not gonna keep. Don't tell me like you said you're gonna show up and then I'm waiting. At some point, I'm like, fuck you. And now that I'm older and I
yeah,
got kids, there ain't nothing you can tell me. And again, my dad is alive, running around doing whatever he do. He calls occasionally. I will get a text. I text him on his birthday. He might text me on my birthday or Father's Day. But there's not a priority for me to build that relationship or
yeah,
have that relationship. And I'm sad about it. But again, I ain't got time to slow down and mourn over it.
but see,
So
So you don't.
I'm still dealing with it. I ain't mourned it. I ain't got time because my children are more important to me than mourning over him what he can't do. I feel like that he gonna pay for that just like what Tori dad did. And when the time comes when he meets his maker, all that he came through, that's between him and God. I
yeah,
can't fix nothing. I forgive, I
yeah,
forgive him for what he did, but it's not a priority for me. And
So
I'm
Jamie,
sad that it's that way, but it's
Hold
not.
on, let me say one more. Let me interject that. I'm with you,
Mhm.
Paulo. Even when we talk about the child support, I'm like you. I didn't want the material things, because what my mom provided for me, I was cool with it. I wish I had the time. I wanted that dad to take me fishing. I wanted that dad to sit there and play catch with me. You know what I'm saying? Throw the football with me. All I had was the guys in the neighborhood. We played basketball and played catch. I wish I had that. I looked at the Cosby and said, "Damn, why ain't have me a Heathcliff hustler in my life?" You get where I'm coming from? So, me personally, I would have said, "Fuck the child support." It's that, like you say, that time and presence
Their
would have been
presence.
a whole lot
Their
more.
presence.
Meant more
but
whole
then,
lot.
but
You
let me
can't put a dollar sign on that.
okay, but this the thing, and then J Man, I want you to jump in because I'm gonna go back to what Vincent said. Then I want J Man to jump in there. Okay, um, I had the rare opportunity to see my mama crying. Vincent had the rare opportunity to realize now that some nights went by where his mama may did not eat. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
When I was going on vacation, gentlemen, my mama used to tell me all the time that everybody would always ask how I'm doing. And what her catchphrase would be, put something in my hand, and I'm gonna make sure that he doing better than he was while you just asking me goddamn questions. Vincent mama, my mama, Tori mama, J Main mama, Paulo's mama. Lewis, that motherfucker dead still
Now,
his mama, so his shit
Jermaine
gone.
dad was with his mama his whole life. Jermaine don't know what we talking about.
Well, this
He
for
don't know what
Lewis
we talking
and J
about.
Man. Yeah, these motherfuckers don't know the fuck we talking about. But
They were
what I'm
together till the
saying,
day he
yeah,
died.
what I'm saying is like,
Right.
man, them women needed some financial help. It didn't
Mhm.
have to be all the money in the world, but goddamn, if you over here tricking off with this chick, make sure your children straight. And if you ain't willing to take care of your children, they need to put your motherfucking ass in jail. And I ain't got no problem with it. I am pro child support. Now, J Man, take off.
Let me ask y'all a question though.
Hmm.
This is flip a little bit. What if you pro child support, which I was doing everything for my son? Yes, I was. But
Hmm.
something happened where the weaponizing started to come into play because she went ridiculous off of the fact of, okay, you paying child support, you doing this, but like, oh, the kid want to go to a basketball game, he need a new outfit. We needed. She went from he to we. So instead of me giving her money, guess what I did? I started UPSing her shit, for my kid and not for them. Because you're
Hmm.
not gonna keep on reaping the benefits off of them. They moved from when she was in her mama house, they had a 2 bedroom apartment and they was on Section 8 because of the mama. Her mama was, had a deadbeat dad and stuff. So her mama was still taking out vengeance on me and flipped it on the daughter. And the daughter was flipping it on me. And they went from that 2 bedroom to a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house on Section 8 from me. While I'm living in this old beat up apartment that half of it torn down and everything like that. Damn near condemned and stuff. The system suck, you know what I'm saying? And then so she started
Yeah.
weaponizing the kid because I wasn't sending her money every time when he needed something. And I'm like, nah, dog, I know this boy ain't ran through, but yeah, boys do run through shoes. I buy them everything, but
Dude,
monetary, no, you ain't getting.
I
Send
got a
me
family
something.
member. I got
Go
a
ahead.
family member that's a father, and he has one kid, daughter. Um, he had his daughter 4 days out the week religiously. He still pays $1,600 a month.
Yeah,
His daughter wound up filing a petition when she got to be 14, so she could leave her mother and go live with her father because that's who always provided for her. That's who took care of her. That's who showed the love. It's the system is not set up correctly. It is.
mm-mm.
I understand exactly what Jermaine is saying. Yeah, the dynamics of it, the way it works, it doesn't
But,
take in consideration any of that.
but do you y'all guys do realize that every war has casualties of it.
Yeah,
And maybe
that's true.
J Man, you was a casualty of it, but I was a casualty of it. Tura was a casualty of it. Vincent was a casualty of it. Carlos was
Yeah,
a casualty of it. Like there are certain people that the casualty flow to the left, and some people it flow to the right. And it's very unfortunate, J Man, that you had to deal with it because you was one of the rare occasions that did not deserve what was happening to you. But out of these people up here on this panel,
yeah,
the shit that happened to us and all, like them people deserve that shit, man.
yeah. The
Because
fathers
they could
absolutely
have did,
deserved it 100%.
yeah, they could have did. There ain't no such thing as they could, because just imagine now when we go to the grocery store now, how expensive it is. For them back in then, man, it would have took shit for them to $25 a week. You know how much shit they could, bro. We from the age where gas was 69, 79, 89 cents a
Yeah,
gallon. Big Mac
Right.
meal was 2.99. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Bro, that's
yeah,
dude.
three
When I
dollars a
started
week.
driving, gas was 75 cents a gallon.
yeah.
Shit,
And
that's
then
what
to
I'm
be
saying, bro.
you're right. I get you, brother. And to be
Yeah,
fair, to interject into this side of it, sometimes there are fathers, and I don't know y'all situations for y'all dad who whose decision wasn't to not be with the mom. The mom didn't want to be with the dad, so the dad withheld the child support as penalty as well. So for those jokers, fuck you.
Yeah,
So yeah, those are some situations too where he wanted to be with the mom. The mama said she don't want to beat you no more, and his getting back at the mother is to withhold the child support. We're not talking
yeah.
about we
and,
See,
and
saying fuck.
everything, everybody.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
saying
walk away
yeah,
from it
fuck
all.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
fuck
can't do
you
that.
if you're
Yeah,
doing that, not taking care of your children because you want to be with the woman.
but
She no
but
longer want to
most
be
of
with you.
us, but most of
Yeah,
us, Paulos, that is the situation. But most of us on this panel,
well, you talking about for the
beside them
deadbeat?
two, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
beside those two, with us four, that was more than likely the situation.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
the
I'm pretty
women
sure
either,
our moms decided not to be with it.
yeah,
Yeah,
either you was a womanizer, you was an
that definitely was my
alcoholic,
dad.
or you like that booger sugar, or you like that pop. One of them four things, the
yeah,
woman didn't want to deal with that shit, man. She didn't. Her main focus was taking care of the children. Not to try to take care of this motherfucking addict or whatever his situation was,
yeah,
because all four of them was addicted to something, but it
Yeah,
wasn't us that they was addicted to. So that's why I knew this topic was gonna be real touchy,
yeah,
because we can talk about the things at our level, we can talk about the situation that's under us, but a lot of us got trauma from these situations that's above us, that we walked into these bad situations. And
yeah.
I'm happy for J
What is
Man.
that,
I'm
Tori?
glad he didn't get a chance to experience that. And I'm glad Lewis didn't get a chance to experience that, because
Yeah,
that's not a
that's your
good
dad's
thing.
obituary, Tori.
Yep, let me show you this joker right here.
You named
This
after?
joker right here.
Named that what name is? Oh, that's
This was my
crazy.
deadbeat in
Jermaine's
my
dad name is
lifetime.
James Edwards. Jermaine's dad name is
Man, my
James
dad
Edwards.
named James Edwards.
Yeah, oh, y'all might be brothers. Yeah,
My dad named James Edwards. I don't even know my dad
Look,
last name. Man, that nigga
man, I
shit.
guess that's where we get that belly from.
yeah. It's crazy though. It's crazy though. At the end of it all, and I allowed him that access to me because I wanted to know his story.
Did you
I
learn?
don't know why, but I wanted to know his story. Like,
I don't know. Well,
and
Frank, have
maybe
you asked your dad
something.
that? Vincent, I know you got the opportunity. You asked him. I
Yeah,
don't know if he really revealed it to.
I never got it. I never got it because
Okay.
what stopped it? He wanted to say, well, your mom.
Yeah.
Mom is the
Yeah.
reason that I'm alive
Yeah.
and well and who I am today. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
nah,
would
your
love to have
story,
that
bro.
conversation. I don't know. Maybe that would change things, but I don't know. I don't. I might be too far gone.
What
I
y'all gotta
felt,
ask me?
in my opinion, I think that would have gave me closure, regardless of what his story was. That's your story. Like, what did life do to you to make you make these choices? I'm
Yeah,
a strong believer in it's all about choices. Like
for me,
something
I'm
made you
sorry,
climb
I'm
down
sorry.
in that bottle and not come out of there. What did that to you?
Was he in the military like your mom was?
No.
Mm.
No. My mom was in the military before she met him. My brother and my sister were born while my mom was in the military. My brother was actually born in Okinawa, Japan. My mom was in Korea and Vietnam. And then when she came home, she got out of the military. Um, my brother's dad was wounded in bad situation, but in Vietnam, he did 2 tours in the infantry, and he never came back from Vietnam. So when my mom came home, she met my dad, and yeah, I can
Was Vincent? Did you know your grandparents?
no. I knew my grandmother on my mother's side. Yes, I knew my grandmother on my daddy's side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The father
Um,
side of the family. Did you know them?
both of those, I knew my grandmother. I knew the aunts over there. I had the grandmother. I didn't ever get a bond with. I had one of his sisters was excellent. That lady was a beautiful person. I do remember her. I do remember her. His other sister, not so much. Me and her had a falling out when my dad passed away, and we never spoke since. Like I got a bunch of cousins over there that I don't know who they are. The
Tori,
cousins
what
that I
about
do
you?
know, I tried to reach out, but I never was able to keep in touch with them, and I just stopped trying.
Tori, you know any of your people on your dad's side?
I know him a little bit, and kind of thanks to Facebook a little bit. Because Emmanuel is not like a common last name. So as they
Oh,
start
there's
to,
Manuel.
it's Manuel.
You
Yeah.
about to be deported, boy. I how much they paying? How much they paying? I'm turning your in. I'm turning you in, Tori.
100,000.
Yeah.
What kind of friends are y'all? But
Hey,
what kind of
Let me say this. Let me say this. Excuse me. Let me say this. The worst thing I feel for y'all because I was talking to one of my friends and she told me about her father was a deadbeat and he was the worst thing I heard at the time. He was just a sperm donor. And that was the first time I ever heard that. To this day, that screwed me up, and it's been like 25 years since he said that. And to this day, that screwed me up. I would never want to hear my son that come out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? I was like, ooh, wee.
you know the
That,
first sperm donor, man.
that would be some hurting. That's some hurting shit right there. For
unfortunately,
like bringing somebody to feel that. Ooh, that's some hurting. Ooh, ooh.
I ain't trying to put my mom out there, but she said that quite often. So, uh,
I mean,
That would be
look,
some hurting. Ooh,
yeah,
shit, that's some hurting shit. Ooh, boy. Ooh.
but hold
yeah,
up, I
yeah.
remember Jermaine. How many brothers and sisters you say your daddy got? How many kids you say your daddy got?
My dad had 3 wives, so it was a lot of us. Yeah. We
Didn't you
had a
tell me it was
basketball
like?
team, football team, and baseball.
Didn't you
Huh?
tell me like
His,
11 of y'all at one time? You said it's 13 of y'all.
11 girls, 13 boys.
How many? Woo.
What?
Wait a
So hold
minute.
on.
Lord, you
Wait,
woke up on
what?
that shit, didn't
Hell yeah. Say
you?
what?
Say that. How many, John?
his,
11 girls, 13 boys.
So your dad got 26 children.
That we
No,
know of,
no,
yeah.
no. So
You
you
say
said
that you
11 girls?
know. You said might be
You
more.
said 11 girls and 13 boys? So
He
that's
was
24.
military. We got out. He was military. Then we get out. He was a truck driver, and they were driving from cross country. Him and my uncle, they were tag team truck drivers.
They tag teaming them broad too. Shit. They
And
was
apparently,
shit.
Hey,
apparently they was on the American pipeline because they were laying pipe all over America.
I'm trying to.
Boy, I
Damn.
thought my
Damn.
cousin them
hey,
did deep.
Damn.
And I'm the
look,
My
last.
cousin was deep. It was
yeah,
six boys and 7 girls. I thought that was a lot. Good God Almighty.
Damn.
yeah.
26
Sheesh.
Man.
Was
Mr. Days
I guess that is all a
wasn't
lot
no
because
joke.
it's 13 of them. 13 of them. One mama.
Nah, yeah.
That lady gave birth to
and
13
see,
kids.
he was the oldest of 10.
he
So
Yeah.
goes to 10. Good Lord.
God
yeah.
damn, J
Wow.
man. Shit. Your dad
Hey,
couldn't afford to pay child support. He had to stay. Shit. Three John want to help him pay for all that shit.
He probably know he never wore a condom a day in his life.
Hey, but y'all have no TVs in y'all goddamn house.
What's a
But turn that TV on.
Hey, Frank, he had a switch on that thing.
I'm trying to say.
What did I do with a switch on it?
Oh, damn.
I know your mama hate to see that
Oh.
motherfucker come home. Hey man, go back to work. God damn. That nigga that don't do nothing but work and late night.
Hey, he looked at a broad in the bar. He look at her in the bar and she instantly pregnant.
Yeah, hey,
Right.
bro, shooting that shit from the room.
He look at her, she just started swelling up.
But see, my mama was the one that
last
distributed
wife.
the money.
Yeah.
Like all of
she
them
was
were
last
grown.
wife.
So if they called and asked for something, they had to go through Big Bad Boss Betty in order to get the money distributed because he was like that such and such needed, and we like no, they don't need it. They junk it. No, they don't need it. But send these people that send that. So yeah,
Do y'all
mama
ever
had to
all
learn.
get together, Jermaine? All 26 of y'all?
Yeah. We used to
Is all
it's a two
26 of
family reunion. You know, you have one on the mother side with Paulo, then we used to go to Carrollton and stuff. But this one we used to go to Dunbar over there in Mechanicsville, by Dunbar School or elementary
Yeah,
school right there, that little playground. 'Cause my grandmama stayed in Mechanicsville. So we used to take over that field right there at Dunbar and had our little family reunion right there on the
hey,
dance side.
bro. But see now that's what I'm saying. That's why I knew this topic was gonna be an up and down topic. This topic was gonna be full with laughter, full of jokes. But I also knew it was gonna be some tear jerking in here too, man, because
Yeah.
the shit touch. I want to talk to my dad about the shit, but I guess God made him be an excellent grandfather to take up for what he didn't do as a father. Because me and my children will get the arguing in a heartbeat over this man. Because they can
Yeah.
call him about any goddamn thing and he jump on the spot. So they don't understand my frustration and my pain. They just see their granddad. But
Yeah.
he
And I'm
do
gonna tell
right
you,
by
Frank,
me.
when I went fishing with y'all and your daddy was there, I would have never guessed about your
Yeah,
past. I would have.
yeah,
He's yeah. Seemed like an
yeah.
excellent man at this point.
He is, but boy.
Hey, well, we got to pass.
Yep.
I mean, some people come above.
Everybody has a past. Some
Yeah.
people have the opportunity to self correct, and it sounds
True.
like
Right,
you did. Or to
right,
the best
right,
of his
right.
ability.
They do.
You see
Mm-hmm.
me,
And
Yeah, I
you see
think
how much
some of us
yeah,
never do. Some of us
you
yeah,
never do.
yeah.
do y'all see how much of this shit I don't drink out the bottle?
Hey, hey,
On the goddamn
hey, that,
you see this
you gonna be in
motherfucker is
trouble.
still turning.
You gonna be in trouble later
Y'all
on,
done
boy.
forgot one.
I'm gonna be able to knock this motherfucker off.
Hey, Frank
Y'all done
finna make
forgot
another
one
baby.
thing.
He gonna make another
Hey, but
baby.
I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
say we probably do need to toast at the end of this because I think everybody on this panel has done excellent as far as the
Yeah,
parenthood aspect of it,
Yeah.
or to the best of their
absolutely,
ability, they would have allowed to do.
absolutely.
And
Yeah,
considering some of the stories we're hearing now, man, where we came from and the choices we could have made.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, and
Yeah.
y'all survived it, brother. I mean, but I think it's interesting. I mean, outside of Tory, three of y'all done got caught up in that system. We knock on wood. Me, Frank and Vincent ain't got caught up in that system. And y'all made it out on the other side. A lot of brothers don't make it out on the other side. So I
Yeah,
applaud
Hold
y'all.
on,
dude. Yeah,
hold
dude.
on. What
That
system you
system
talking
done
about?
broke some brothers.
Huh?
Talking about that child support thing.
Oh
Us
yeah,
Yeah,
paying
yeah,
us,
yeah.
us
yeah,
paying child support.
yeah. That
Oh
child
hell
support,
Yeah,
no.
brother.
that system done
That
broke. I've seen it.
that's what
I've
I'm
seen
saying.
it destroy some people, man.
Yeah, I
And
know.
it'll put. That's why I say it'll create a dynamic that shouldn't even be there. It gets in it because it'll make you bitter.
Yeah,
It deters the lifestyle of the father,
Mhm.
um, to where he can't survive, and he's struggling
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Right.
From the
unnecessarily.
beginning.
Look, I
And
ain't
in
gonna
some
say
cases, you got fathers that's out there, like I say, that's doing already, but because
yeah,
of vindictive or whatever the case may be, they just
yeah.
decide to go that route.
Look,
It's a penalty. They use it as a penalty because we're not together and they can't control what you do and how you move anymore. So
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
that's
this
the
is
unfortunate part of
yeah,
it.
it's a soap opera. It's a soap
it was
opera.
crazy. I tell you how much I was paying with child support. I was paying $700 and 50. I was paying $759
A month.
a month. Yes, and
You
then
paid it for 18 years, sir? Or how
no,
many years?
hell no.
Oh,
I ain't paying for full
okay.
18. That's another story, another day when I had to start paying. But
Oh,
I
okay.
remember, I was all when he turned 18. I'm like, yeah, buddy, I ain't
That
gonna pay
last
no more.
paycheck, yes, that last paycheck, that last back child support paycheck.
No,
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
but
start doing that happy dance. Yes, sir.
but at
But
the
I
end of the
forgot
day,
one thing.
but
Go
no, but
ahead.
at the end of the day, like I said, we always put a number on it. It wasn't
Hmm.
about him turning 18 because when he turned 18, that's when I got to try to know him a little bit better. Because
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
then, his mama kept him covered. You get where
Yeah.
I'm coming from?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
he
They
was swinging it like
weaponize.
a
Yeah,
chick.
they'll weaponize that and use that child against you.
So when I say I was happy at 18, I still wasn't happy at 18 because I'm thinking like, oh, I'm through paying child support. Maybe I'm gonna get to know him a little bit better now because I ain't
Mhm.
be a check. Come to find out, he had missed a year in school, so they
Oh,
were
okay.
like, "Oh no!" They sent me a letter saying, "No, you still got to pay till he's 19 because he was when he turned 18, he was in 11th grade. So I had to
Right.
go a whole another year. So I still didn't get to
Even
know him.
that, can have an ugly spin on it because you'll have in some cases where the child is used, weaponized, like we're talking about for the child support. They go through 18 years, and this, I don't want to keep using the word vindictive, but the one parent has spun the narrative to suit whatever it is
Hmm.
they got going on. So
See?
this is embedded in this child's mind and head at this point. Now you got to try to combat that
Yeah.
and reverse everything so they can say, no, that wasn't the case. No, that ain't the truth.
Look, I'm a
And it's
true
hard to do.
testament to that now. I
It's
promise
hard to do that. It's hard. We talk, and it's
you,
hard to do that. It's hard to do that.
I'm a true testament of
And
that.
as a man, you try, and that's something you shouldn't even have to deal with, really.
Because I
Yeah, but
promise
But
you,
what do
when I
you do? You gotta try.
because when I stopped paying, all of a sudden she left the house that she was staying. She was renting the house, so I know she was using that money for that. But every time that he wanted something, I go out with him, he would always ask for something. But like I said, I was trying to recoup all those years, and so I was like doing everything you can. So I'm paying child support, and on my head still trying to pay all that. But fortunately, I was blessed. I was working, but I'm thinking about what about the guy when we talk about child support, say, just say if I was paying $750 and I lost my job.
Hmm.
So if you lose your job, they say you can't go back and get it redone for 3 years.
3 years.
So
Yeah.
so say I lose my job in the first year. So I got to struggle every month and try to just say like you say, lose working $2 working McDonald's, no matter how much my whole income don't change. Then they're gonna threaten to put me in jail
They gonna take your license
because I
too.
still got to pay that
They're gonna
money.
take your license.
Exactly.
Now how
Yeah,
you gonna get back and forth to work? They're
they
gonna
they
put you
taking
in
the license.
jail.
Yeah.
They taking all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just some
Yep.
bullshit.
Honestly, and not like I said, I ain't gonna go into it, but that was part of why I had to sign the affidavit
Hmm.
Look,
But
to
I,
but
prevent
then
that from happening.
but then on my side though, Vincent, I can't talk to nobody else. I can just talk to for me because now that I'm grown, every year for my daddy's birthday, we take him out. We take him some fly shit every year. Cause he's getting older. And my children absolutely love this man. So every year on his birthday, him and his old lady will come and we'll take them to some of the fly shit that this city got offered by him, all kind of clothes and shit. And my mama come over here every time and cuss me the fuck out. Every single time.
but I got a question for you, Frank. Is he a better granddaddy than he was a dad?
Yeah.
Way better. See, that's what my mama points out. My mom points out the fact that when I was young and I used to be sick, crying, she would have to get the next door neighbors to watch me so that she still can go to work. And now here
Yep.
I am. taking care of motherfucker he old, but didn't take care of you when you was young. So it is a rocket situation that I be on from time to time. That shit is real high
Yeah,
on days and real
yeah,
low on days. So I think
yeah.
every man or every woman that ain't holding up their end of the bargain for taking care of their child to the best of their ability, take them fucking license from 'em. Put their motherfucking ass in jail. Make them pay all that back pay because it don't take. Then, gentlemen, when we were young, I don't know what it is like now, but then I think the minimum was $25 a week. I think that was the minimum back then, $25 a week.
Something like that.
You
Yeah.
mean you mean to tell me that your grown ass can't walk down the street and pick up $25 worth of cans that help try to support your child?
Well, again, we said that it's not necessarily about the money all the time. Sometimes it's about getting back at the other person. Uh,
Yeah, but
Uncle Frank,
you need to be
Uncle Lou
equal.
got to bounce in a minute, so you won't get his last word. So he had to dip out and get his
Okay.
baby girl.
Gentlemen, I told y'all this was gonna be a touchy subject for us all. Um, I like talking to you guys. I love talking to you guys because this work for me is healing for me. I talked to Vincent about going to counseling. He told me that if I ain't willing to do the work myself, don't do it. So y'all are my support system. I use y'all as my counselor. And I love you guys to death for every single thing, man. And this damn show we just had, man, this is one of the most therapeutic things, along with this Tito's and this Bob Marley. This shit here, man, gonna make me feel
Look,
good.
look,
So,
that medicine. They get that
yeah,
medicine
man.
deep.
uh,
Oh, look.
Wait a minute, Louis.
Oh,
Did you say
Louis
you
ain't
gotta
going
go get
nowhere.
your?
You
No,
see him
Louis.
pour, he'll pour a
I
whole
just
nother
was finna
drink.
say that.
Yeah.
I just finna say that. I know damn
where?
well you ain't finna go get no car. You don't drunk about 5 or 6 glasses of bullet over there.
He just
Hey
poured another
man, I did. Hey man, I like what Vincent said. We need to toast, bro. And I
Yeah.
think we need to make this a weekly thing where we toast to life, to a certain situation, to a certain blessing, to a certain whatever achievement every week. Man, we need to. That's how we need to end our show every night, man.
Yeah.
You know, we got
I'm
to
telling
toast to
you, man.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna
man.
say this. I'm
I
gonna say this. This part of my toast. I agree with you, Louis. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry. I agree. But we got
Good.
to
Go ahead.
learn to be able to step up with each other, help each other self-correct. Like
Absolutely.
I tell
Mm,
I tell Frank this all the time. Don't never step back and watch me do some foolish shit and you not say nothing to me. If you're my friend and you do
mm,
truly love me, you help. Hey man, you fucking up. You know that, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna do
mm.
that for y'all. I want y'all to be able to do that for me.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And y'all
Yes, sir.
fucking up. Get y'all fat asses off the couch and start moving. I'm telling y'all,
Tori, ain't
y'all
nobody got
fucking
time. Tori, get your in there, man. Ain't nobody got time for you. Get your in there, Tori. Triple OG, take out, man. Tell us something so we can go have us toast and Lewis and get out of here.
With that being said, no lie, what I'm starting to learn with each one of these shows we have each week, I feel we're getting closer and closer with each other. So not only that we came with this podcast, I'm learning a whole lot about each one of y'all. So as we continue to have this, hey, I think we're growing and growing. So, you know, kudos to the OGs.
Hey, man. Jump in there, Mr. P. We're going to let J Main close us out.
Hey, as always, brothers, I love each and every one of you. I only hope the best for you. I know you guys are awesome fathers. Y'all are top tier men, and I applaud you. Salute.
Come on, J Main.
You guys, I boy, this topic, you're hitting on you at home. You're around the bases and stuff. But remember what I said now, one and a possible. But this need to be a part too, because I ain't even told you my possible.
Yeah, he ain't told
So
about the possible. I thought he was gonna tell us
I
about
ain't
it, but
told
he
you
got that
know what I'm
possible.
talking about. This
Yeah, I know exactly
possible,
what he's talking about. So you get
possible.
caught up with a possible. All I'm gonna say is DNA. Go ahead,
Uh,
Sean.
Damn.
So So let
Damn.
our next topic please be that possible, because yeah, another time or maybe on our next session. So, well, there's a lot of part twos to stuff, ain't
I'm
it?
trying to tell you, man,
Hey,
we
Yeah.
jumping
Maybe
out
maybe
there, fella.
hold on,
maybe
hold
we need to
on,
have these things on the weekend or something, so we can have them on,
Yeah.
But,
hold on.
but anyway,
Speaking of part two, I just learned something about polos. When we were talking about single moms dating moms with kids, you ain't saying that, Polo. I just learned tonight that you dated a single mom with a kid.
I told y'all that my oldest daughter was 10
Oh,
months
did
when
y'all
I
hear that? He
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
Tom. Yes,
he
he
didn't
did.
he didn't speak on
yeah,
dating some lady.
I told
Yes,
I
he
said
did.
my daughter was 10 months when I met her mom, my oldest daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he said it. Yeah, he
yeah. I don't
told
know.
us
You
that.
missed that part.
Yeah, you be
Oh,
drinking that liquor, boy. That cheap.
Hey, man.
Hey, you
Hey,
quit it up,
man,
bro.
I
y'all raise
told y'all
y'all
he been
glasses,
drinking.
man. Y'all
Look,
no,
raise
brother.
y'all glasses, man. Tori, where your
raise
glass at?
glasses.
Hey, man. To life,
Yeah,
fellas. To life,
the
man.
life, fella.
To many
All
more,
right.
man. Toast
Jesus.
it
Salute.
up, fellas. Toast it up. Toast it up.
Love y'all guys.
Louis,
Hey, and as
Louis, you be safe on
always,
that road picking up baby girl now.
yeah,
Yes,
the
sir. Yes,
Uncle
sir. Yes,
OG,
sir.
the Uncle OGs will be back at you people tomorrow. So please like, subscribe, share, do all those things. We finna flood y'all with content on content on content on content. So again, I love y'all guys, man. We'll talk again later.
Peace.
All right.
Salute.
Peace.
Be easy.